Welcome to Big Braids Crypto. I'm your host, Mr. Big Braids, coming to you live from a reservation somewhere, taking a look at BTC. It's Friday night, and the sales price action is there across the board, coming in at 29,343. Do we think it's going to be going lower? That just remains to be seen. I've had my eyes on that 18,670, possibly between that. I've been looking for that 21,000. I'm ready to graduate up. If I can get that price action, that would be definitely awesome. I could be like, I got one full BTC coin in my possession. And that would be amazing price action. We got down to around 26,000. I was getting excited, and we teasing me with a good time there, coming in at 29,303. So, we got sales price action across the board. NASDAQ is, it's moving around just a bit. People calling it a rally, and there's a lot of people buying out there, getting some good position. We still got a lot of stuff going on in the news today. We got the Russia-Ukraine scenario still going on, just when you think things are kind of starting to go at least a little bit better. Turkey steps in and has a little bit of say-so as well. And so here we are again, back and wondering what's going to happen next. But so we always got to keep an eye on that news, keep an eye on that BTC. And tonight came in, I got the variety pack going on tonight. Had my homeboy at the dispensary, always hooking it up good. My man. So tonight we're going with the Amnesia Lemon. Very tasty, very awesome. So, and it's a good Friday night out there. I hope all of you are having an awesome time. And when it's raining gold out here, you definitely got to put out the bucket and not a thimble, like my man Warren beat you. So he has some pretty decent quotes out there. And we got BTC at 29,277. Let's go across the board here and take a look here. A lot of sales going on. We got Netflix. It looks like it's getting some love at 187.64. Prices are killing me. I was like, the subscription prices were awesome at one time. And a lot of the movie, they're pretty good. I like to watch a lot of them, but I'm a movie guy. I like to watch movies, and once that subscription started hitting some high prices, I was like, damn. But when you want some good, decent movies, Netflix is the place, I guess, but it's definitely getting some love there. Coming in at 187.64. U.S. oil still on the rise. Gas prices are still out there. Oh man, it's been terror for everybody, I'm sure. It's like the same trip to town just don't cost the same. I used to travel across town, but going to town to get some supplies is I have to drive a couple hundred miles. So back over, it's like it takes about $160 round trip. I mean, one-way trip over and back, and then that's just to make sure that I have extra fuel and stuff through the week. But yeah, astronomical prices across the board. Any place you go, prices are up. And there's probably a lot of people that are out here getting hit, and they don't know what's going on, not informed, and but that's a lot of us are out here still getting informed, keeping on top of that, keeping those finances straight, because it's very important to do a lot of research and see what's going on, and find out where that money's going. So so I definitely keep an eye on what's going on out here, because I want to know where my money's going. So, but as far as the price market goes, we got a lot of sales price action still going on. WCFG's been kind of a launch shot for me. I've been actually keeping my eye on that for quite some time, as far as some kind of decent crypto. It's got it up at 23 cents. Got that wrap mark going on. So definitely excited to see where that's going in the next few years. Keeps coming at 22 cents, as you can tell. In this, in the beginning part of this rally, I was definitely had my eyes on that keep for quite some time in the beginning. Definitely took advantage of that, and got some awesome, amazing run up when it took that run to the beginning. And I was glad that I got onto that keep, because it just kind of stood out to me for some reason. And coming in at 22 cents, keeps been making some movement constantly making it was surprising the hell out of me on this market. So, I'm definitely keeping my eye on Keep, getting some amazing accumulation on going on Keep as well. We don't really talk about Keep as much as well. So might start adding that back into the watch list again. We got Algo coming in at 45 cents. For all the bandies out there coming in at $1.71. Bandy's been, holding out pretty good at $1.71. It really just been going sideways for quite some time. We got Matic coming in at 67 cents. CLV, amazing price action, 0.1425. I caught CLV when it first hit the scene. I just happened to look up. I was like, what is this 4-leaf clover at? Got it at, I think I grabbed that at 38 cents, and then I grabbed it again at like 54 cents, and then I got it again at about 62 cents, and then I sold about $1.30. So it was like, it was like let me take a look at it. We'll go over that price action. That was an amazing run. I was like, it was just, making some moves to the upside, and it was moving fast. So I sold right about here at just before $1.64, which was some, I just barely, I happened to come across it. I didn't even see it being launched anyplace. Caught me off guard. I just came across it by accident, and oh, that was a killer run. Love that price action. So I definitely keep my eye on CLV as well. See it kind of here and there, around the market in different places. Seems like it's getting some decent adaptability out there, but you always got to do your own research, and you always got to remember this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions in the market only, and you always got to do what's right for you. We got ADA coming in at 52 cents, which is amazing price action. On these prices, it's like once in a lifetime action, and I'm loving the sales price action out here. This is amazing accumulation. A lot of people see tragedy. I definitely see some opportunity out here, and with 20 something thousand, with the right projects and right stocks and stuff, I'm very, very, I feel very good that I could probably move that around in the right ways, and, turn that into something else in about 10 years. So, and then just, constant accumulation over the, next few years, down the road and stuff like that. And, but you definitely got to keep an eye on a lot of the different platforms and stuff. Like I always say, I have like, I work with like 7 platforms, but that's just because I'm paranoid as hell, and I'm not gonna lose all my cash in one good swoop. So, so if somebody hacks my stuff on one, I'm definitely gonna have some backup plan on the other, and then I'm gonna be putting some stuff out there. I'm gonna be like, hey man, you guys lost all my stuff. Find that. And that's why you pay on the insurance. You get all that stuff going, and so yeah, always do some research on where you're printing cash at. Make sure the app's good, and it's kind of the big theme today. But from the reads of it and a lot of the news, a lot of the news on it as well, as far as the security, a lot of it sounds like a lot of people are buying into it just because of, it's just like they're able to track it fast. They're able to find it fast. They're able to, if somebody steals it, they're like taking out whole freaking hacker networks and stuff out there. And it's like, man, and so it sounds like they're buying into it. It seems bullish to me, but you always just got to remember that these are my views and opinions in the market only, and you always got to do what's right for you. But to me, that just it gives me a little bit of. There's a lot of bullish news there, but at this point, we got sales price action across the board. I'm loving this. I'm getting in a lot of projects. Sub 1 cent, sub 2 cents. That's a lot of, more bang for your buck. And CLV is one of them. We got CLV at 14 cents. CRV at $1.32. LRC is at 45 cents. FX coming in at 0.23. The coolest thing ever today too. I stopped in and I was eating I was eating at this restaurant, and I've been really, I eat well. I just left behind that, all the meat products and stuff. So I wanted some rice and some noodles. So I stopped over and I checked out some rice and noodles and stuff like that. And it was pretty nice place. It was decent, and we got I grabbed the fortune cookie and stuff like that, and it had like 2 fortunes in there. I was like, man, awesome, lucky day. And so cracked that sucker open, and it had some crypto stuff in there. I was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh man, it was, talking about Bitcoin, and money doesn't, grow on trees. It grows in Bitcoin. I was like, I'm seeing it everywhere. Could it be a sign? But, even the fortune cookies. But that's a whole nother story altogether. So back to the price action, we got Hero coming out 0.01602. Amazing sales price action on Hero. We got Mana coming out at $1.20, getting a little bit of love, 17% up there. But a lot of us knew that the metaverse coins were definitely going to make some moves up there. So I hope everybody got some awesome accumulation. A lot of people getting some good position out there. When there's red light specials going on, there's definitely people that want to buy. And everybody's a lot of people, we seen this coming. We've been talking about this since November. We knew this drop was coming. We seen it coming from from that beginning, and the algorithm just played out all the news and stuff like that that came up. Just basically, it just it just worked out just perfect to play out in that lower price action. And I've been looking for it. I was looking for it, and here we are, loving that price accumulation. I was hoping for it because a lot of us out here, we can't drop like 100 G's real quick and be like, I'm gonna drop 100 G's over here and drop this sales price accumulation over time. Bottom floor buy-ins, getting that good position. Sometimes you got to work it, and but that's my game plan. And you always got to remember, this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only, and you always got to do what's right for you. But I've been loving the accumulation price action out here. I've been accumulating over time, and it just goes on, and it's like the ultimate savings plan for me. So I love the accumulation, getting that DCA action in there, getting that lower price action. And, I'm just rolling diamond hands here, and, I'm ready to see what's going. Like I've always been saying, I'm buckled in and I'm ready to go wherever we're going. Let's go. So we got Sandbox coming in at $1.37. We got Gala coming in at 0.0932. NKN at 0.08. Amazing price action there. I'm loving NKN price action. I mean, it's a dream. I've said that in recent shows too. I was like, man, NKN at 7 cents, the dream. And that's exactly where loving that accumulation. And for everybody at NKN, good luck. And I'm definitely excited to see where we're going. We got XLM coming in at 13 cents. LCX 5 cents. We got ALCX coming in at the 31.28. I'm on board on all these projects, and this one here was, one of the. I was, actually, hoping for the crowd way up here. I was like, I wasn't about to dive in here way up here at like $398. I was not. I was like, and everybody was, diving in there and stuff like that. And then we, BTC started with that gravity. I've still been waiting. I'm glad I didn't get psyched out and get chopped up in there. But, I was like, I just was waiting to see what was going to happen. We were just basically on a downward trend, and here we are at 31.20. I wanted that lower price action, so I'm definitely out here loving this accumulation price action. I was looking for that 29 to 30 some 29 to $32 right in that area, and as you can see right there, we got that price action. Still looking for that lower price action and accumulation prices. If we get in that how low can you go scenario, I'm definitely out here loving that accumulation. I mean, the ALCX was sitting at some astronomical prices way up here, and for 31.20, I mean, that is some amazing price action. I'm loving that. So everybody in the LCX, good luck. Well, we'll get back into the weekend. It's Friday night. We just go through the market. We'll get, there's a lot of sales price action going on. I like to get those sales out going, get everybody back out there and having fun, have a little bit of a smoke with everybody, and enjoy the night real quick. Go over the sales. We got Jasmine coming in at 0.00986. A lot of getting a lot more bang for the buck with some Jasmine. Oh my God! Now Jasmine, I'm very excited to see where Jasmine's going, because Jasmine is just launched everywhere. Every platform you go to, Jasmine's on there. I mean, it's just everywhere. Jasmine's everywhere. You look at a lot of the projects that are out here, and they're just not listed everywhere, as whereas Jasmine's meeting that liquidity and getting in those projects, those platforms quick. And It's just everywhere. So I'm definitely excited to see where Jazzby's going, especially once the market starts making some movement to the upside. Amazing price action coming out at 0.0098. I definitely got that 0.0085 that I was looking for forever. And, I'm definitely loving this accumulation over time. So, we definitely got to keep an eye on that price action. We got COV coming out at 0.0185. Definitely keeping my eye on the price action. I'm definitely still out here looking for some lower price action. Definitely with, keeping an eye on that news. A lot of stuff still kind of floating around out there. Big words getting thrown out there, especially with this Russia-Ukraine scenario. So, it's definitely affecting the market, and I'm definitely out here looking for some lower price action. We got COV coming out at 0.0185, but you always got to remember this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only, and you always got to do what's right for you. We got MDT coming out at 0.0301. We got ASM coming out at 0.0234. Farm at amazing price action, 45.13. I can't believe that price action. Farm took me for a ride. That's the same price action I dove in the first time I ran that sucker up, to astronomical prices. It was like, man, oh, that was a good ride. Farm made a lot of people some money quick. And and I'm sitting here looking at farm at a lower price action than I got last time. So coming in at 45.13, I mean, that's just amazing. And I'm definitely excited to see where farm's going. But you always got to do your own research with a lot of projects that you're looking into. We got Iotics coming in at 0.04103. Amazing price action. I was hoping for 7, getting that 4.04 in there. And, I love that accumulation on Iotics. That was just like amazing. I could get into like 3 projects for the price of, at one time a few weeks ago. And, the same accumulation price action that I was going to throw in 1, I just throw it all into 3 now. And I'm getting the same amount that I would have got before. So more bang for the buck. I'm loving that price action. But you always got to remember this, not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only. And you always do what's right for you. Got NCD coming out just above, just over 1 cent there, working on 2 cents. But, awesome, amazing price action. We got Scale coming at 8 cents. Amazing price action. SNT 3 cents. We got Suku at 0.0941. AVT 81 cents. 81 cents. I mean, look at that price action. I am loving that price action. Loving it. We got Doge coming out at 8 cents. Oh man, look at that. We got INB 95.77. It's just sales price action just hasn't. We got OGN at 21 cents. OGN, I'm definitely keeping my eye on OGN as well. A lot of stuff going on with OGN. Sales price action. We got a few things moving in the market. Just across the board. It's just exciting to see where everything's going. I'm still out here looking for some lower price action, getting that DCA in. We're hitting the 17-minute zone, so I'm going to let you all go for the evening. We'll be back tomorrow for a quick follow-up and take a look at the price action. I hope everybody had an awesome night, and for those of you that are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow for the Chronic and Crypto Saturday night. And for everybody out there and all the coins we talked about tonight, good luck. And you always got to remember, this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only, and you always got to do what's right for you. So you guys have a good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night. Mr. Big Braids is signing out.